arguably Ferrari's first supercar. We can take a look at the engine here. Pretty wild, look at that. That is really cool. I didn't realize there was this much room here between the engine and the transmission. What's up, guys? We are headed to Oldtown, Alexandria for the Festival of Speed and Style today. So there's gonna be a lot of cool cars, lots of cool vintage cars, some European cars, Italian cars, tons of muscle cars. Not gonna take the Z, not taking the Z today because it's raining outside, it's nasty, you can't really tell, the ground's wet. And where I'm headed, there's gonna be street parking, there's gonna be a lot of trees. I don't feel like dealing with that. The Z's kind of clean, plus I need an oil change. Yeah, I know I got a ton of excuses. Got to do a bunch of stuff. But anyway, we're taking the Honda. One thing to remember in your car, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you have change, even though nobody ever uses change anymore, especially coins, but you never know. And I've got like $6 in there. So, I mean, think about what you can buy with $6. I could get maybe a gallon and a half of gas if I had to get out of trouble. I could get a protein bar, a bottle of water. So, always keep the coins in the ashtray. I know nobody does that anymore, and nobody takes cash. You can't even pay a toll with cash. But still keep the coins there. And if somebody steals $6 in coins, no big deal. Although that still sucks. Anyway, let's get going. We're gonna hit the road. Should be a fun show. Stick around if you want to see some really cool vintage cars, classic cars, modern stuff too, because some of the car dealers will be there. And it's a beautiful town if you're not familiar with Oldtown, Alexandria. Beautiful 1800s row houses, cobblestone streets on the water on the Potomac. The only thing we're missing is a nice day. I've got a 30-minute drive. The only thing we are missing is a nice day. And as you can see, it's not that nice outside. We've been getting a lot of rain. I got a Bang. We'll try one of these. But these are like too sweet. These are too sweet. Anyway. Is the wine gone? Can you hear it now? It sounds like it's gone. Power steering wine is gone. But yeah, so this Bang Rainbow Sherbet is, I guess you can see that. I don't know. I think I used to like these, but I think they're too sweet now. It's too sweet. But it's got enough caffeine to get me through the day. All right, next up, Alexandria, Virginia. There's one more thing I was going to show you is I have these filters by Sandmark, and no, this isn't sponsored. They're polarizers for your iPhone. So this goes on the back of your iPhone. Let me see if I can do this. Like this here, this screws on and basically gives you a polarizer on your iPhone, and it really helps, makes a big difference. They're worth the money. They come in 64 for sunny days, a 32 for days like today where it's, you know, kind of cloudy, and a 16. So for today, maybe I'll use the 16 for today. They're not that expensive, and they'll really step up your iPhone photography. So Sandmark hybrid and polarizer filters, I think, are what they're called. And no, I'm not sponsored by them. And I forgot to mention that this is a Sandmark case to go with the filters, so you can actually screw them in on top of the lens there like that. They won't work with your regular phone case. We're looking at an incredible F40. I've been having problems with my other camera, so we had to switch to the GoPro, which has better stabilization anyway. We've got better stabilization with this. That's okay, no worries. Thanks. This is a 92 F40, which is the last year of the Ferrari F40. Powered by a 2.9 liter twin turbo V8. We've got 17-inch wheels, 245/40 up front, and giant 335s in the rear. Huge tires in the rear, look at that. Arguably Ferrari's first supercar. Well, the 288 GTO as well. But that didn't have the radical supercar styling that this has. Comment below how many F40s came to the United States. If you know, comment below. There's our engine cover right here. Let's see the incredible gorgeous car, very cool. If you were a kid in the 80s, then you probably had a poster of one of these. A 1969 Ferrari 365 2+2. Here is the plaque, 69 365. Pretty cool, huh? Look at how big the Rolls-Royce is compared to the cars we just looked at. I mean, this thing is gigantic. Look at the wheels. Let's see what size wheel. All right, 275, 25, 26. That's probably a 15-inch, 16-inch rotor, and it looks small. To give you an idea of how big these wheels are. This thing is huge, man. It's huge. Of course, they have suicide doors. And right here we have a vintage Rolls-Royce. I think. I don't know as much about these cars, but this is pretty cool, huh? This has some pretty big wheels too, actually. Look at those brakes.
So you advanced it a little bit to start? Yeah, I should start it all the way down. That's cool, right?
Very cool.
Yeah. And that
We've got an antique Ford. We're going to move a little faster because we've got a lot to cover. We've got a 59 Mercedes, which I shot on the other camera a few minutes ago, but again, that camera's been cutting out, so I'll have to take a look at my footage to see what I have of this. Hopefully I have. But if I don't, you know what, let's just go through it again. This has, I want to say 80,000 miles, all original interior, original leather. The wild thing about this car is that it weighs 2,900 pounds. So if you look here, original leather, bird's eye maple trim, 85,000 miles. It has the luggage, 100 horsepower, 2,970. That's so light. I mean, this is like the weight of one of the wheels on the Phantom that we saw. It's wild how much lighter cars are. You gotta have a fire extinguisher if you have a classic. Look at that. This is a 66 250. Looks to be original interior. Gotta love a manual. We have a proper vintage novel, I guess. Look at that. That looks like the manual there. That's pretty cool. You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. So Virginia, I love the black Virginia tag, so cool. I know I keep talking about that, but it is really cool, right? All right, we're gonna move faster. We've got a 66 Lotus. Pretty wild. 66 Lotus. That is a cool interior. I am digging the interior. The machined aluminum dash. And you gotta love, you know what I love about this? The vintage radio. I hate it when cars of this era have aftermarket stereo systems. It just doesn't work. We have a couple of Panteras here. This Pantera here I have seen the last 2 years. So we're going to take a look at this Pantera here. This is a 72. Take a look at the plaque if you want to pause it and read about that. There's our interior. And you've got the big 350, I think it's a 351 Cleveland in the back here. Badass, wide tires. Look how wide those tires are. Extremely wide. Look at the exhaust. Now, these are aftermarket wheels. They're 17s. A lot of the Panteras have these. I want to say it most likely came with 15s from the factory. Comment below if you know. That big 315 in the rear and probably about a 225 up front. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, 225 up front, 17. What are you taking? The silver Pantera or the yellow Pantera? Which we'll take a quick look at the yellow one. Got a C8 here. Kind of out of place, honestly, just because there's so many classics here. Not that it's not a cool car. And we have another Pantera. This one is a 72 Pantera. It really pops in yellow, that's for sure. Really pops in yellow.
But you can pick that up.
We can take a look at the engine here. Pretty wild, look at that. That is really cool. I didn't realize there was this much room here between the engine and the transmission and the rear of the car. It is right tucked in there behind the driver's and passenger seat. And we have a 993. You gotta love a 993. These are impossible to get now. He has the matching model car. Oh, and the cell phone. You gotta love the 90s cell phone. Bag phone, probably. Hopefully I'll have time to get some photos. I didn't get here early enough, so, and I decided to vlog first because we've got a Corniche. I decided to vlog first. Just because they're going to start playing music and, you know, copyright YouTube stuff. No fun. 456, this was here last year, V12. I think this one's an automatic. Let's take a quick look. Yep, automatic. It's a great color. I think it's a Posy Blue or Tour de France. Great color. We've got a Jag here. We've got a C2 Corvette, or C1 Corvette, I'm sorry. 911, 92 or 82 SC. I'm glad I switched to the GoPro. The ZV-1's I think better for vlogging. It makes you look better, but this is better for the wider angle shots, and the stabilization is fantastic. So what would you rather have, the 82 SC or the 456 automatic with, it has Oz or OZ racing wheels. And I do like the blue calipers. The blue calipers are pretty damn cool. Got two 95s in the rear, that's a big tire. Great interior on these. That is a fantastic looking interior, I love that. And I love this color. Probably my favorite color so far. We have a Jaguar.
No. Well, you know what's weirder is
Very cool, very cool. E-Type. And we've got 350 Mustang, GT350. with a bunch of model cars here, as you can see. A bunch of model cars on top. 289. The 66 Shelby manual or book. There's the 289. We've got your muscle car tire, BF Goodrich Comp Radial TA. 215 65 15s. Disc in the front, and I think it's a drum rear, yeah. Great interior. Love that. Love the wooden steering wheel. That is so cool. They just do not make cars like this anymore, that's for sure. We've got Shelby Cobra. 64. What do you think? The Goodyear Eagle tires, 235 60s. I love these. Very cool. Side exhaust.
Well, I know that I don't. Yeah. So that's the original. That's a.
He's over there.
Which way?
I'm going to keep moving again, guys, because
No, I'm saying.
it's getting crowded. We've got, this is the Corvette.
That's pretty good.
Old school. And this is it's a Chevelle SS. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe, and don't forget to comment below what your favorite cars were. Unfortunately, they started playing music and I couldn't vlog as much as I would have vlogged because, you know, we've got to worry about copyright. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more content, and I'll see you next time.